Hi, welcome back to the Wilson and Canoes. This is your anchorman, Teddy Anders. A few weeks ago, Mr. Cody presented here at Wilson Central School, and I had the chance to talk to him. He scheduled a Zoom meeting with me so I could ask him a few follow-up questions. All right, so when you present, do you wing it or do you have a script?
You know what, Teddy, when I started doing this in 1999, we were really winging it. We didn't really know, but now I've done this like 1,000 times. But the script is really the PowerPoint. I'm I have trouble remembering where I'm at without that PowerPoint. So it looks like the PowerPoint is for you and the audience and the sixth graders, whatever. But really, it keeps me on track, and it keeps me. Otherwise, I just tell story after story after story. It keeps me moving. But I think it's important to have a framework. You heard me talk, I still wing it, but it's winging it within the framework of I got to get this done in the next 10 minutes or else I can't get to the finish line. Does that make sense?
Yes. What's the main idea of your
Oh,
presentations?
awesome. Awesome question. The main idea is we have this ability as sixth graders or 10th graders or adults or grandpas to take a look at our thinking. The whole idea of what we present is based on the idea that this 6-inch space between your ears is something that you control always. You don't control the outside. You don't control the Legos falling off the shelf. You don't control that it's cloudy today or windy or rainy in Wilson, New York. But you always, always, always have control over your inside experience. I don't think a lot of people in the world know that. And here's my point. We're the only animal that can think and also think about our thinking. So we can think, but so can whales and meerkats. But you, Teddy, and me can also think about our thinking and say, look, I'm being negative, or look, I could react negatively to this situation or positively. See, I don't think meerkats have that ability. It's called metacognitive if you want to Google it, people. But I just think most of our stuff is based on that choice we have every day.
And that was one of the best presentations I've ever attended. And I've heard many people saying, keep your day and stay above the line.
Yeah, I don't know if it was helpful to you. I hope so, but it's helpful to me because when I give that talk, it reminds me the same thing. Because when I left you that day, I drove from Wilson down to Buffalo to the airport, and it was just a miserable drive. Pouring rain, gray, trucks in the way, orange cones. So that keep your day and live above the line. The minute I walk out the building in Wilson, I'm put to the test. This is not just a thing for sixth graders or 10th graders. It's a thing for me too. And it's those two lines are very powerful. And do I bat 100%? No way. Like I'm losing it on the road, and I can't believe this truck pulled in front of me. But I still got this thing in my brain saying, "Hey, you're being negative here," you know. But thank you for saying that. I really like what I do. I hope it's helpful to others.
And what was your most favorite and most attended presentation?
Uh, I don't know how I would pick favorite because you don't really know who you're influencing. I can tell you our biggest one is I work for at this conference called Jostens, the yearbook company. They have a big conference where 2,000 people come, and they gave me a 12-minute talk in front of all 2,000 people. That was probably the professional highlight for me because I got to connect with so many kids and adults that day. That was the coolest one. But the most effective one, who knows? I'll never know because what I do is like I plant all these seeds and I just throw corn seeds out in the field and I don't know what's growing. I leave town. I don't even know. I bet you I've had some really effective ones and I've had some really ineffective ones. But the frustrating part is you don't really know what your favorite thing was. A lot of them are with students because quite honestly, I used to teach for 40 years. Now I've been out of the classroom for 9. I don't get to meet guys like you, Teddy, anymore. I'm mostly talking to adults, or if I'm talking to the students, it's a huge auditorium. So I miss that part. But Great question.
And last but not least, if you had one thing to say to everybody, what would it be?
Wow. One thing to say to everybody. You know, it's so easy to be negative right now in America. Uh, Politics is negative, comedy is negative, sports, professional sports is negative. It's just super easy to go negative. Um, and I think that if I had one thing to say, I'd say, try to fight that urge. Keep talking to yourself. Keep talking yourself into keeping your day. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. Have a great third period science class. You could break it down to that simple thing is I don't control a lot of things if I'm a high school student or grade school student, but I do control my, and I don't want to say attitude because nobody likes hearing the word attitude, but it is attitude. You know, keep an eye on what you control and keep an eye on what you can't control. And then just spend more energy and time on what you can control. And finally, before we go, I want to thank you for what you're doing. I don't know who's going to hear this on your school deal or whatever, but what you're doing, Teddy, is really important. You're talking about big ideas here, and a lot of times during the school day, the ideas are little ideas, like fractions is a little idea. Uh, War of 1812, whatever happened, yeah, that's a little idea. You're talking about big stuff that you're going to really use in life. So I appreciate you sharing this stuff with other kids, whether it's through your TV show, podcast, or whatever you're doing there.
Yeah, I just want to thank you one more time, Mr. Cody.
You got it, man. Anytime you need anything, I'll do this again if you want. If you ever want to do something next year, whatever, maybe we'll come up with the latest and greatest. And if you want this to be a regular thing, I got time for you. If you got time for other kids and want to make their lives better, I'm in.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Mr. Cody, for meeting with me today. This is your news anchorman, Teddy Anders.